Good evening. My name is Kadaria Ahmed, and this is Straight Talk. My guest has spent the last 18 out of his 32 years on earth playing music professionally. An artist and political activist, he has followed in the footsteps of his iconic father and created music that is political and has no problem speaking truth to power. At the tender age of 14, following his father's death, he became the lead singer for the band that his father founded. Today, he continues to perform with the same group as band leader and has sold out concerts across the globe. He appears to have no problems blazing his own trail despite having to follow in the footsteps of his father and an older brother who is himself a big star. On Straight Talk today, I am very pleased to have with me Afrobeat's young prince, Mr. Seun Kuti.
Not so young anymore.
Now, I described you there as a young prince because globally, your father, the late Fela Kuti, is the acknowledged, or was the acknowledged king of Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Who is the current king of Afrobeat?
Well, as the title passes on to the first son, traditionally, and we are quite traditional in my family, and also, but in my family, the truth is, we are never faced by titles. We are not a title-seeking family as well, so I'm sure my father never appreciated the title of king of Afrobeat as well. He preferred his spiritual title, which was the chief priest of the African shrine. So everybody used to call him Presi when he was alive, also as black president.
But you imply in that answer that from your point of view, your older brother Femi
Yes,
is the
course.
king of Afrobeat.
Of course.
Well,
I'm not a young king anymore. I'm old. I'm an old prince now.
Okay, you had a concert just recently titled The Two Kings, and it was you and your brother collaborating for the first time, implying that even if you're not into title, the general accepted wisdom is that you've come into your own.
Yes. We've done a lot of work, in terms of pushing, and my brother and I, my brother especially, because he had been blazing his own trail much longer than I have been, So, and it's been difficult for us as Afrobeat musicians here because we've had to do everything ourselves.
In my introduction there, I talked about the fact that you play concerts, sold out concerts globally. Does it upset you that the acceptance that you get internationally may perhaps not be completely replicated locally? Well,
I think the real issue locally is that we don't have the support that we have internationally here. Most event organizers, as I said, based on the relationship of Afrobeat music and speaking for the people, people are afraid that, they won't get government support if they are,
seem to be promoting
Afrobeat music, but for me, I feel, it's a betrayal of Fela and the message of Afrobeat music if people who are in the position today, who have come up from the bottom and they are up and they are in a position to make decisions with art in Nigeria, and they alienate Afrobeat music. Because Fela used his music and even his life and his blood for Nigerian people, and for the same Nigerian...
Some would say him and you and your brother are troublemakers. You use your music to agitate, and that is perhaps why the authorities are not too predisposed towards
but the trouble we are making is for the benefit of the people. Yeah. It's a different thing to use your troublemaking abilities for personal gain, and it's a different thing to use your troublemaking abilities for the advancement of humanity.
In an interview you did late last year with The Punch, you said, and I quote, "I don't think I'm even controversial. The society is morally bankrupt, so they find truth as controversy."
Yes, it's true. Nigerians like to live, double lives. We like double lives, We go to church and Baba Alawo house at the same time. People like to cross from APC to PDP at the same time. you know, and it's just our double standard of living. Everybody has double standards, you know.
And so you're saying people like yourself who sort of stand for
yes,
one
for
thing
one
and one
thing
thing
as seen
alone.
as, you know, why are you standing for one thing when everybody can compromise and shift standard, you know, and that is seen as controversial? Well, I don't see it as controversial to speak your mind, and especially when it is backed with facts.
Now, this concert that we were talking about a little bit earlier is your first collaboration with your brother. People were very excited about it. Why has it taken this long to get the two of you on the same stage?
Here,
Yes.
we've actually done a show. It's the first time here in Nigeria, because we've done it before in Denmark.
Okay.
We played at Roskilde, 17,000 people. You know, but people were willing to support it and put it together and pay for it and get us there and pay us good fees. And it was a lovely show, you know. So this show, for example, we just did in Lagos. 60% of it probably was by me and my family. And the rest, 20% from Alliance Francaise, you know, and Olisa Adibo also did a lot, you know, and we also had some assistance from Airtel, you know. So compared to what we did in Denmark, as I was saying before, that was 100% by sponsors and people that were interested in seeing it happen.
You both do Afrobeat, but to a certain extent, your style is different. So are we likely to see this collaboration extend to a studio where you actually record music together?
Yes, in future, you know, hopefully we would be very, very happy to, where's the word I'm looking for, to collaborate on a record. You know, but for something like a record, you know, a record is more than a show. It's something that must last for a lifetime. And in our careers right now, I'm telling you, things like this in music career is done for finances. When it comes to recording music on a record, you have to think about the finances. When is it going to be most appropriate for the two of us to get in the studio?
You're talking here about commercially appropriate,
yeah, because,
okay.
you know, when releasing a record, especially on the level of my brother and I, we're not looking at releasing a record to be sold in Alaba only. You know, when we release records, it's sold in all the top stores in the world. So it's going to be marketed, it's going to be financed, you know, and also our careers, you know. We have to also find the right time in our career to come together, stop writing music for ourselves and write specially for this album.
Let us take a break. Stay with us.